No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, hands down, I always feel like these are some of my best videos because I had no intention of talking about the latest episode of Attack on Titan. I didn't even realize what content was about to drop with the latest episode. I was just kind of like, hey, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to have a blast because every Sunday has been phenomenal being able to watch Demon Slayer's godlike animation and Attack on Titan's godlike story animation and everything. It's been a fantastic Sunday the last few weeks. But I watched the episode and I'm going to just keep it all the way a trillion with you guys. Like I said, these are some of my best videos because it's not that like there was a plan for it. This is just straight up, oh no, I gotta speak to the people. We've gotta talk. I gotta get some things off my chest. It's almost like therapy right now, baby, because hands down, again, we're not gonna get into what could happen. We're not gonna get into what might happen, what will happen ultimately right now. This episode of Attack on Titan, this is like masterpiece, masterclass quality content. Like, this is straight up everything you would expect, everything you would want from peak stuff out of anime. This is the things that you're like, holy cow. So you're giving me mind-blowing plot twists. You're giving me emotional moments that is going to arguably get you teary-eyed, bawling-eyed, whatever the heck you want to call it, because I just give it a buck. I was, towards the end of this episode, bawling my eyes out with the scene between Grisha and Zeke. I'll just keep it a billion with you. I was crying like, oh, motherfucker. I was like, oh, my God. And that's that, of course, I've read this in the manga, but Mappa Studios has done a phenomenal job with this adaptation. There's no questions there. But fam, this is one of the episodes, and I'll never forget in the manga, this was one of those moments where it really solidified that Eren Yeager, for better or worse, did one of the most craziest things in all of manga and now anime in terms of dude has been controlling the narrative from the jump. Dude has been controlling Hajime Isayama, the manga author of Attack on Titan, from the jump. That scene, that moment that we ultimately see Eren basically coaching his father Grisha when he's giving up, because one of the really insanely awesome things that makes you even look at Eren more like, no, you are metal as hell, you are epic as hell, dude, you are that guy, is when we go back, because you got to think for a second. He had told Zeke that he was disgusted with his father over the whole moment of where he did what he did, slaughtering, you know, the race family and whatnot and taking the founding Titan power. He wasn't disgusted with what follows. He was disgusted because he felt like his father was a punk and couldn't get it done, so ultimately he had to step in and coach his father through it, show him a couple of little memories of some really horrible stuff that's supposedly about to go down, and ultimately push Grisha to get it done. He was disgusted because like, this bitch ass can't get it done. Like that's the vibe that Eren was on, basically like, yo, my father's pathetic, he can't get it done. Not because he was a mass murderer and killed children, no, that had nothing to do with it. It was he didn't have the will to do it unless I came through and backed him up. Now, there's something that needs to be said regarding the whole, you know, because now we have essentially manipulating time, and there's the question of, okay, how the hell, this is a mind-blowing thing, the fact that essentially Eren has been controlling the narrative from even before Attack on Titan started, because he essentially manipulated Grisha, and we don't even know how long he was manipulating Grisha. We know he manipulated him for a bit, but he's pretty much been manipulating him the entire story. I feel like in order for this to have happened, there needs to have been a timeline, a future somewhere where Eren still inherited these powers, but ultimately things went a different direction. Ultimately, it didn't go the course per se, and this is why Eren needed to manipulate things, because it doesn't make sense of how Eren would have seen this and ultimately Grisha never did it, because if Grisha didn't, you know, fall through with everything, then how the hell would we have still ended up with Eren getting these powers? So there has to have been a timeline, probably the original timeline, where Grisha didn't, you know, kill the founding Titan and all of them and whatnot and slaughter them, and ultimately still Eren inherited the Attack Titan power and manipulated his father from the future because he was disgusted with him, and that's how we got here. There is another timeline, the original timeline, if you think about it, of Attack on Titan, where I don't know how much has changed, who's dead, who's alive, but it's for sure that Eren more than likely did not get the founding Titan powers, and Grisha did not slaughter that family, and it still kind of went that Eren got these powers to be able to manipulate Grisha's mind from the future. And I ain't gonna lie, it's so crazy because it's like, yo, because Eren is what he is and what he's done, and you see he's like a damn demon in this episode. Ultimately, you gotta look at him like, damn, yo, you foul as shit. But then when you ultimately think, well, he's doing this because he legitimately loves his people and he wants freedom, and that's from the jump. It wasn't no brainwashing. He was brainwashing his father, dog. He's his own, mentally his own father in a way. It's bananas. But honestly, this episode was just mind-boggling. Like, again, like I said, it has to be a different timeline where ultimately there was no recourse and Grisha didn't kill all of them. But then also, my God, speaking of Grisha, that moment with Zeke, dog. The fact that Zeke now, it almost feels like the roles were reversed again. And this is masterclass storytelling. If you could do it at this level, we're deep in the story, okay? We're 4 seasons and the second half of the 4th season in right now. To be able to change the perspective, to almost make it that right now, at the end of this episode, you're kind of walking away looking like Grisha is basically telling Zeke, like, yo, stop Eren. Zeke is the good guy now. You're almost looking at it as, damn, Eren, you kind of got to take it there, nab, dog. You really are foul. So you really was the cause of a lot of death, destruction, and murder. Pretty much the entirety of the story of Attack on Titan from RIP, because you've been manipulating your father. Like, yo, this is wild. And it makes you wonder what else Eren could have manipulated all this time. And just in general, was like, you don't even know. I still don't even know how to feel, because a part of me is still like, he's doing it because he wants to liberate the Eldians. Like, he's doing by any means necessary. I always got to say that. Malcolm X, shout outs. Like, by any means necessary, even if it made him look like a demon. But goddamn, dog, that moment with Grisha and Zeke, I was bawling my eyes out. It just really hit, and it was done amazingly. Mappa Studios, man, anybody saying anything bad about Mappa Studios, kick rocks, dog. This episode was fantastic. This moment was fantastic. Eren Yeager, as it stands right now in Attack on Titan's anime with the latest episode, different breed of character. This is a different breed of story, and this is why, regardless of what happens moving forward, whether it be that, again, the ending is exactly the same as the manga and people don't rock with it, or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Because what Attack on Titan did, when you get moments like this, it kind of reminds you, like, yo, we really got some crazy shit like that. A plot twist that deep, that crazy, this deep in the game. Like, bananas, man. This episode, phenomenal. I'm really curious what you guys think. How did you feel about this entire episode? What is your outlook on Eren Yeager as it stands right now? Do you feel like, nah, dog, he's too foul, he gotta go? Or do you still rock with him because regardless, he was doing all this for his people? How did you feel about Grisha, how he couldn't go through with it in the past and it needed Eren to give him that boost? Your thoughts on the moment between him and Zeke? Just so much to say. So many things on my mind right now. Like, this is why people look at Attack on Titan like, yo, this is the greatest anime of all time, because of moments like this, episodes like this, the art and animation, stellar, fluid, just everything about it, man. This was absolute beyond greatness. That's all I have for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and god damn it, dog. Attack on Titan, Eren Yeager. Poor Grisha, man. Imagine that, being manipulated by your son from the future and not even knowing what you're doing, and you feel so horrible because you're a doctor, but you had to take lives. Like, what a mess. But what a great and outstanding mess. Isayama, still gotta give you props, dog. This was, I forgot how amazing some of this shit was. Like, wow. Have an awesome